Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block, on a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At InChain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts, basically ones that can run operating systems. That's basically all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Good afternoon, everybody. It looks like we are live at 5, rocking and rolling. Made it exactly on time today. I might try and, well, obviously I try and make it on time every day, but you know, special commitment as we're coming up to the new year, and New Year's going to be massively exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So quite a few things I want to get through to today. Have some fun, you know. I've got an article, interesting CoinGeek article that I want to go through. But before we start, let's just crack on. So again, I'm expecting a mass influx of newbies, you know, to this channel relatively soonish. So may as well start explaining to people, you know, why the interest in BSV. Basically, BSV is Bitcoin. Bitcoin started out of the Genesis block. All that happened was that Blockstream socially engineered the ticker symbol and changed Bitcoin so that it couldn't work. That's why BTC doesn't work, and that's why they don't define BTC as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system anymore, because it's not Bitcoin. If they say it doesn't work like Bitcoin, and it actually doesn't work like Bitcoin, and it doesn't sound like it works like Bitcoin, it's not Bitcoin. That's it. However, what they've done is basically they've what are they called? They've debased Bitcoin, is what Blockstream have done. As in, like, you know, changed it, tampered with it, turned it into a piece of crap. So BTC is a debasement of Bitcoin, which is why we call it core coin. Then Bitcoin just simply had to continue, and then Roger Ver and his crony mates decided that they were going to debase Bitcoin. And so they changed it, and they added checkpoints, and they were changing the protocol every 6 months and tampering around with it. They don't want anybody to build on blockchain. They're just like, well, yeah, we're just interested in P2P cash, just P2P cash, just P2P cash. If cash, if the medium of exchange that you're using as cash doesn't have any fundamental value in itself, i.e. like gold, for example, was useful because it was malleable, it was divisible, it was highly conductive, it's non-corrosive, it's pretty in color and all that kind of stuff, it has value. And then also because it's scarce, it means you can basically transfer a small amount of it for another good or service that's probably exceptionally larger. So therefore it's easier to transport. But Bcrash has got no other use case. Whereas Bitcoin has got blockchain technology at its core. Blockchain technology gives everybody sovereignty over their data. And a few like programs that we're going to watch in a minute about how important it is to actually have control of our own data so that other people don't have control over our lives. This is what Bitcoin does. It frees everyone from the centralized authorities that can basically do what they want because they've got access to the money printers. And without that, you know, we're screwed. The Bitcoin gives sovereignty, economic sovereignty to everyone. It's so important, which is why I have utter contempt for a Corecoin and Blockstream and Roger Ver and his crony mates. They are utter shitcoins. Only BSV is Bitcoin. And this chart explains it quite clearly, to be honest with you. So let's go on to the next picture. I keep updating this on a regular basis. It does make me laugh. So you can see how long ago it was since I first did this, because, like, you know, there was like, well, I don't know what ones we got in there now. Like Stellar was in there and Tron was in there. Now they've been replaced by, I don't know, I think Chainlink is still in there, but like Polkadot is in there. Some, oh god, all these shit coins. So I've described what these coins are down the left hand side. So as you can see, only Bitcoin, which is BSV, and Litecoin, which Charlie Lee exit scammed the shit out of, are genuine commodities, which means all the other shitcoins, literally the entire market, is full of shitcoins. And the reason they're shitcoins is because they are securities. And the reason they're securities is because they all have a central point of authority or control that issues them and controls them. Money is not money if it has a central point of authority. Now, a lot of people get confused because they think that fiat currency is money. It is not commodity money. It started out as a certificate on gold. First of all, gold was used as a medium of exchange. Then they were just like, oh, well, instead of weighing out that gold and carrying gold nuggets around with you, banks were just like, you give us that gold and we'll give you a certificate of deposit. And you can just simply transact that. Now, that sped up trade because it means they weren't weighing out nuggets of gold, you know, and it was just easy to work out the numbers, you know. However, what happened was when you know, different countries produced their currencies, and World War II happened. When gold was traded, basically the US had all the gold reserves, and all the other countries had none because they'd given it to America in exchange for their efforts within the war. America were just like, right, well, now all of your currencies are now going to be linked to our currency, and our currency is going to be backed by gold. And that was the Bretton Woods Act of 1944. However, the Nixon shock of 1971, where President Nixon just said, actually, you know what, it's not backed by gold anymore, you're just going to have to take our word for it, and now all of our currencies are backed by the US dollar, which is backed by nothing, which means they're all a load of crap. And the reason fiat currencies collapse is because they get debased further and further over time. And when I say debased, let's take like a $1 note, for example. That when a second $1 note is printed, it dilutes the value of the first dollar note that was in existence. And this is what keeps happening. Because you cannot divide fiat currency, because if you were just simply going to divide it, it would increase its susceptibility to being counterfeited. You can't be going around like making different denomination notes all the time. So therefore, they just simply print the same one. But as you print the same one, the value of money goes down and down and down, which gives the impression that assets are going up and up and up, when in actual fact they're not. It's the value of the currency going down. Now, if you think about it, the value of the currency going down and there's more currency in circulation, and it means the value of assets are going up. That means that the costs for businesses are constantly increasing. Rent is always going up and up and up and up and up because the value of money is going down and down and down and down and down. But that just simply means businesses have to be more and more creative about ways to find profit, constantly cutting costs. There is only so far that you can increase prices by because everyone else is suffering the same thing. The value of money is going down and costs are going up. So it's just like you can't have your prices too high or else just nobody will buy them. And then you can't cost. There's only a limit as to how far you can cut costs before you can't even run your business. This is why the whole world is leading towards centralization, and you get companies like Amazon like taking over. It's all the fault of money, and this is what Bitcoin fixes. You know, now rather than concentrating on just simply cutting costs, you know, squeezing your staff harder, making people, you know, graft, Like now it's going to be like, actually, what can I do to get people to actually give me their money? Because the money that they've got is going up in value. Well, I'll roll the red carpet for you, out for you. If you come and get a coffee in my coffee shop, I'll give you service with a smile. I'll even reduce the cost of the coffee because I'm desperate to have your money off you. Landlords will be the same. Landlords will be like, oh, actually, just tell you what, just keep paying me, but we'll reduce your rent. And there'll be no need to increase the rental costs of business premises anymore because the value of money won't be going down anymore. The value of money will be increasing because everybody will be using Bitcoin. That's how it works. But Bitcoin is a zero-sum game because it is a tool that enables, encourages, and accelerates the facilitation of trade, which means people are just simply going to use the best one. And when I say the best one, I mean the one that has the best speed, cost, and scale, the fastest, the cheapest, the one that can deal with the most volumes. That is the one that is the medium of exchange that everybody is going to be using. So on this coin crowd, and this is why it has to be a commodity. So on this coin crowd chart, you can see that only Bitcoin and Litecoin are the commodities on here. And the reason Litecoin is a commodity is because it used proof of work. Anybody can mine it. The only thing that discredits Litecoin is the fact that Charlie Lee created it and he told everybody he created it. That's why it has a central point of authority and he knew it was a load of crap, which is why I've put the result here of a load of crap. The emoji is a face palm. The future is dead and he exit scammed it. So just don't use Litecoin. That's literally, that's what this chart is all about. Everything else is a security. Bcrash is now a security because Roger Ver and his mates have centralized it. CoreCoin is a security as of the 24th of September 2017 when SegWit was implemented, hence SegWit, centralized facepalm, inner coffin, counterfeit shitcoin. Cardano, again, you'd say, oh right, well Cardano uses proof of work. Yeah, but only input-output Hong Kong can mine Cardano, which is why they were able to do an initial coin offering. So Charlie Lee did not do an initial coin offering, which is why he is going to get away with it. Litecoin is by far the greatest exit scam in history. Hoskinson, on the other hand, is never going to get away with it because he did an ICO for Cardano and it's totally centralized by input-output Hong Kong. Massive fail, exit scam, total shitcoin. Monero, again, going anonymous, which means it's the creator is not accountable to anybody on the network, so they completely control it. Ethereum moving to proof of stake. There's no competition between the stakeholders, so they control it. Tezos was already proof of stake. EOS was delegated proof of stake, as in like even worse. That's why I've said here, like development, a complete waste of time. It is a complete waste of time developing on them. And with all these others, there's no development on it. So Richard Hart, for example, and Bitcoin Hex, even though it's on the Ethereum network as an ERC20 token, he'll say, oh yeah, there's loads of development on it. There's no development on Bitcoin Hex. It's an ERC20 token. It's an absolute piece of shit. The only development you can have on Hex is the blockchain that Hex runs on, which is Ethereum. That is it. And now Ethereum is going to proof of stake. It has no fundamental value whatsoever. It won't be able to economically sustain the network. The entire network will disintegrate, along with all the shitcoins. This is how bad it's going to be. People are going to lose a lot, to put it mildly, really. But anyway, now that's done. Let's have a quick rundown of these figures. So this is the crypto forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network. And by the way, these two shitcoins, when Bitcoin surpasses them, I will no longer be talking about them at all. The only reason I'm talking about them now is just because we are competing with them and it's going to be interesting to see when we pass them eventually. So we've got Bitcoin 0.4% of the hash rate on the network, Bcrash 1.0, CoreCoin 98.6. Network nodes, same as they ever were since Bitcoin came back into existence and got its protocol back on the 15th of November 2018. So we've got 2.4% for Bitcoin, 10% for Bcrash, 87.6% for CoreCoin. Transactions, taking a beating, only because all the devs are on holiday at the moment. So 11.4% of the transactions on Bitcoin, 17.8% on Bcrash, 70% on CoreCoin. Block size, we've got 30.7 on Bitcoin, 10% on Bcrash, 59.3 on CoreCoin. So let's play spot the biggest block on B. Ooh, Hathor absolutely macking it on Bcrash. Look at this. Mining all these blocks with data in it. This is hilarious. Like, what's the hash? Whoa! Hathor absolutely chomping at Bitcoin as well. Oh my goodness. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what the biggest block is. So Hathor's mined a 461 kilobyte block. Oh, Hathor's mined a 528. What is going on? What is going on? A 567 by Antpool. Oh, a 738 by F2 Pool. I haven't seen them on there for a while. 738. Oh, they've got a 1 megabyte block, a 1.4 from via BTC. Wow, congratulations to Bcrash, unlike them. And then if we look at CoreCoin, you'll notice something, and that is that the data volume hasn't changed because they purposely give themselves a 1 megabyte restriction. Well done them. Let's have a quick look at a Bcrash. Here we go. Got to see this for lols. 6,492 blocks mined. Amory and his money. Again, Amory controls his money, which means he's got no fundamental value whatsoever. It's a total shitcoin. But it's the same with the bitcoin chain as well. But these shitcoiners are shit for brains. Have not figured it out yet. They got Bitcoin Cash proof of work by network. Amory versus the bitcoin chain. The bitcoin chain has got Hathor with 38% of the hash rate on the network. Smashing it. Whoa! This is hilarious. So Hathor has now got 54% of the overall hash rate on Amory's coin. Well, and we know that Hathor doesn't actually really support the chain. It's just these miners here, these douchebag miners. And what's Zpool? You know, whatever, mining Dutch. Crazy. Well, that's really funny. So yeah, Hathor, look at that, absolutely macking it on those chains. That's hilarious. Right, let's get back onto the graphs then. I'm looking forward to seeing this global hash rate already. I'll play spot the biggest block on Bcrash, not expecting too much. So you've got a 3.9 megabyte block. Oh, 4.6 from Norpool Mempool. Well done them. 5.1, 9.9 by Tau. Good stuff. Some data in there. Excellent. So hash rate by network. Yeah, seen those. Proof of work by network. CoreCoin Bcrash will stop one day. Bcrash versus Bitcoin. Bcrash versus Bitcoin. 9,500 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than CoreCoin because CoreCoin's a piece of shit. It's 7.8% more profitable to mine on CoreCoin. Oh, strange. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network. Oh, CoreCoin winning. Transactions by network. Oh, CoreCoin winning. Oh no. Transactions per block. CoreCoin winning. Oh. Fees USD. Bitcoin still smashing it. Fees Satoshi. Oh, close one. Close one. Oh, not quite smashing it, but winning. And block reward ratio. Oh, losing. But that will come with time, which follows price, which follows value. So, you know, only BSV is full of value. Blockchain growth by network. Again, the bitcoin chain or Bcrash and CoreCoin will stop one day. So global hash rate. Yeah, F2 Pool and Binance still macking it hard. BTC.com. We've got news about Jihan later on. Huobi still up there. 24 hours. Just got a via BTC moving up. This is CoreCoin. Looks very similar to global hash rate 24 hours, to be honest with you. Apart from Huobi's been pushed down on CoreCoin. Oh. And Bcrash. Ooh. Oh, Hathor with 50.69%. So basically, none of these shitcoin enterprises are winning any of the block reward. That's hilarious. And there's literally no fees within the block whatsoever. Probably not. And here we have Bitcoin. Wow. So Huobi macking it. Trying to keep up with Tau by the looks of it. Tau with 27, and they've got Hathor still chomping away, 20%, and the Norpool Mempool via BTC, and we got Jihan, which is BTC.com, and F2 Pool on there for whatever reasons. Rightio. Let's have a look at Bitcoin blocks live. Again, for any newbies who haven't seen this, on the top right hand corner, we've got transactions per second. It's currently 1 transaction every 2 seconds on average. I have seen this as high as 3,000 transactions a second. And considering that the Visa and MasterCard networks max out at about 1,500 per second, it shows you the potential that this network has got. Below these rectangular blocks that you're seeing being made here are the businesses who are producing them. Gives you the transaction ID, the input, output, the type, and the op return. Then when the transactions are recognized by the nodes on the network, they're thrown into the meme pool where miners / payment processors compete to process the payments, put them in a block, and put the block on a blockchain where it is stored forever as an immutable ledger and a universal source of truth. So as you can see, we've got a 19 megabyte block here, and in the highlighted rectangular box below, we've got the hash number of the box, the height, who it was mined by, the size, the time, the transaction count, the total fees of $8.58. So as we've seen before, it is expected or anticipated by some that the total fees in the block will surpass the block reward at some time in Q1 2021. So if that prediction is correct, it is going to be extremely exciting times. So we'll have a look at that picture while we're here. That's going to have to be a regular on my show. I'll just go back and find that. Again, this is just for newbies who have maybe not seen this before. It's coming up. There we go. That's the one we want. So this here is the start of Bitcoin. So you can see it's 2009. Maybe this was the first block reward halving. Yeah, maybe. But I think there was 50 coins per block when it first started in 3rd of January 2009. Or was it? Yeah, maybe was it? Was it? Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, 50 coins per block, and then went down to 25, then 12.5, 6.25, and then it'll be 3.1. Crikey, it's not a lot really. So we need huge transaction volumes on chain in order to surpass the Bitcoin block reward. So again, all these shitcoiners who worship the block reward halving, saying scarcity make number go up. No, what are you going to do when it gets halved and then halved and then halved again? And there's literally 1 Bitcoin per block, and it's only nothing. Well, a few $1,000s. Mining networks can't support themselves, they will collapse, and that will be the end of Bitcoin, which is what Blockstream want, because they're telling people not to use it. So when something is useless, it's worthless. Hence, when something is useless, you tend to throw it away. But Bitcoin, on the other hand, is mass utility. It is literally, like I said, it's sovereignty over our data, and it is that value of the sovereignty, blockchain technology, which can then be used as an exchange, as a medium of exchange. That's how it works. That's money. That's what makes it commodity money. Yes, indeed. So we'll have a look at another one. This is funny for any newbies. Got the rich list at the top, which shows you different wallets with all the number of Bitcoin and shitcoin in. Various metrics along here. You can see the XRP turning up the heat at the moment because they're under investigation by the SEC, trying to justify themselves, even though they are absolutely a security because they are created by Ripple Labs. It is not a currency. They're never going to get away with it. Absolute scam. Total scam. But if we see all these shitcoins listed along the top, the only one we're interested in is Bitcoin, which is BSV, and we got highlighted blue tabs on the left. So if we go to log 3 years, we'll take Doge out, but we'll add Bitcoin because that's the only one we're really interested in, and we'll add Bcrash for lols as well for comparison. Here we go. So if you're an investor, the only one you're really going to be looking at is, oh, what's that purple one? It's only been going for just over 2 years, and it's already surpassed Litecoin, which has been going about for years and years and years, and Bcrash, which started before it, and it's surpassed Corecoin. You know, you'd be like, how's it done this? What's going on? But again, shitcoiners, shit for brains, never ask any questions, never do their fundamental research. All they look at is number go up. So we're talking about number go up. Let's have a quick look at number go up. This is the shitcoin market. And a core coin, this Ponzi scheme, this utter piece of crap, has now gone up to, it's hovering at 28,000. So, it touched almost like 28,500, but it's a massive speculative bubble. There is no value behind this whatsoever. Unbelievably dangerous to be in it, especially when you don't understand it. And we're going to have a look at some shitcoiners at the moment. I mean, look at that. But, where's the red carpet? Where's all the national press coverage? The reason there is no national press coverage and it's not being reported on the news or by any of these tech programs is because they know it's an absolute piece of shit. It's a massive bubble. They don't want to be there. They're just like, anybody with any intelligence is just like, right, it doesn't do anything. Only does 7 transactions a second. It can't service anything, and yet people are buying it. Tulip mania, literally, except this one, as we've seen in the previous charts, Bitcoin is bigger than the tulip bubble. It is the biggest bubble in history. So we've got currently a market cap here of 522 billion. 522 billion. So let's put it into perspective. Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme, which had a devastating effect, was 60 billion. Then Enron was 63 billion, the largest fraud in history. And then there was WorldCom at 107 billion. BTC alone is now 500 billion. It is absolutely huge. It is going to be devastating. People have got everything invested in this and they have no idea. But like I said, I'm doing my best to try and explain it to them. Will they listen to me? No, probably not. Shitcoin is shit for brains, but you can but try. Give them a fair chance. Look at look, even XRP is in the green today. Look at that. Like, shitcoiners have no idea. Literally, shitcoiners, shit for brains. XRP is absolutely a security. It's under investigation by the SEC. It can, once it's classified as a security, it will never ever be a currency. It can never ever sustain the economically sustain the network it runs on. So I guess that with some other coins that the SEC class as securities, they got a slap on the wrist, recognize them as a security. They're basically saying to everyone, right, well, you take the responsibility now. We've done our job. We've warned you. We've fined them. It is absolutely security defined by law. You're going to have to do your own research. We've told you. What more can you do? Literally, you can't do any more than this. But this is how stupid the people in the space are that we're dealing with. Are absolute nutters. I mean, I sometimes hang my head for humanity, but yeah, I mean, it's like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is literally, it's the only one that hasn't been sorted out. The men from the boys, well, I mean, we know, the men from the boys, as an expression there. It hasn't been proved yet. Well, even though we know it's been proved, fundamentally it has been proved, but you try explaining that to a shitcoiner who can't understand it. The market is going to have to be wiped away. And then what they'll do is they'll be asking questions later. It's pretty bad. I mean, literally, if we compare this to my CoinCrap chart, I think Polkadot is the only maybe new one. Maybe Wrapped Bitcoin. Stellar was in there, Monero was in there. Yeah, look, the only newbie is Polkadot, which is an absolute piece of crap. Where is it? So it's still relevant. Yeah, look, old Tezos is in there. Yeah, but Chainlink's still there. Binance. The whole market is an absolute piece of shit. Like I said, the only one that had any slim chance of credibility was Litecoin, and Charlie Lee exit scammed it. So you're only left with Bitcoin. This is it. Oh dear. So anyway, let's remind ourselves as to what has gone on. Check this out again. We'll just watch this again. This is for newbies, just to remind ourselves. This is the movement of BTC since the 4th of October this year. Look at this. Right, we'll pause this before it starts. So again, this has been described as, well, what somebody said, it looks like BTC has been lined up for a straight dump. And this would explain the price increase that we're witnessing all of a sudden in BTC, because the whales have reduced the selling pressure. They're out. Now it's just simple, shitcoiners buying it, not having a clue what they're buying into the likes of Pompolano and Michael Saylor, talking absolute shit. It's only going to take one intelligent person to realize how stupid they're being. They're like, this thing does 7 transactions a second. What use is it? Oh yeah, it's no use. So I mean, let's see what's happened. I mean, look at that, 157% in 3 months, and 200% in 6 months. Yeah, and look at that. Yeah, 268 within a year. But I mean, look at all this. Look, I mean, this is where, I mean, obviously there was buying from the shitcoiners, but I would suggest that this is basically caused by the fact that whales are cashing out, and there's now no longer selling pressure. So now they're just like, right, there's all the shitcoiners are piling in, but the whales are out. So look, let's have a look at this. Here we go. So these are all the whales. So they would have been the original investors and the miners and all that. And this is BTC on the various exchanges. And you'll see that the various exchanges just simply get diluted into smaller wallets, which are shitcoiners, basic shitcoiners who don't have a clue what they're doing. And Binance, which is, I would suggest, it looks like it's ready for a leverage short, because we know that Binance are a dirty exchange. Here we go. Check it out. Keep your eyes keep your eyes peeled on this one, and just, shout if you see a big movement. But I mean, yeah, like I said, we've seen big movements around the October 26th is when I first started noticing some substantial movements. That was quite a big one from the exchanges on the October the 18th. Look at that. I mean, that's really going from the exchanges. And look at that. That was huge. That was a massive movement on October the 23rd. Trying to keep my eyes peeled on both of them. Not very good at multitasking. Can't see out the corner of my eyes. I've got laser focus. That was a big one on beginning of November. Looking sparse. Yeah, look, that was the big one on November from the exchanges. Look at that. So yeah, I mean, that was massive from the exchanges, November 23rd, and that was big as well from the whales. Another big one. Oh, that was a huge one from the exchanges. 1st of December. December from the now I mean, look at the exchanges now, almost completely gone. And look at that. So December 3rd, December like 10th, suddenly there was just a mass influx. Now it's just literally like, you can see it literally in front of our eyes, like massive movements. Hardly. And look at that. That was huge. That was December 22nd. Look at that. Almost all gone. December 30th. Look at that. Literally. Exchanges. All on Binance. I mean, personally, from anybody who's intelligent watching this, if you're holding BTC, I would be terrified. Looking at that. But shitcoiners aren't. They're just like, yeah, but number go up. Like, well, you have no idea what's going on. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah, shocking, really. Shocking, really. Right, let's go through some of these things that I want to cover. I want to have a quick look at, we'll tell you what, let's have, being a bit rude first. Let's have a look at I Am Satoshi. See how this man is doing. Has he got over 60,000 followers today? Let's see. I think it will be close. 59.8. 59.8. Well done him. I think that'll be 60,000 before the end of the year, without a doubt. I mean, it's what, like 145 followers away from 60,000 followers. That's massive. Absolutely huge. So let's just check out Ruthie's tweet. Is it 150 plus? Whoa! What is this? 876, but they've taken our like away. All right. Haha. I wonder if Twitter are giving in. Well, let's have a look at Diego's tweet. I mean, that's usually around like 219. Oh, 218. Never mind. Liking that one for Diego. Great stuff. Great stuff. Oh, quite pleased with that. So let's have a look at well, let's go through some news first, shall we? Check it out. So Bittrex now is the latest one to say they'll be removing XRP on Friday, January the 15th. And Richard says, so PayPal, Grayscale and Co are lying, not buying. Well, they probably are buying, but yeah, they're not whales, mate. we are. When I say whales, I mean Satoshi size whales. PayPal and Grayscale, nothing, mate. Like nothing. So yeah, there we go. Right, I've been going for a 1 hour 15 minutes, cracking show. Hope you've enjoyed this, people. So we'll leave it there, and as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Joy given. Same time tomorrow. I'm going to go on the BSV channel in about 2 hours, so feel free to tune in for laughs and stuff. Going to be with Shem and Tramp maybe, so might catch you then. But until then, same time tomorrow. Catch you later. Ta-ta. BuyBSV.live. The best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and watch the full episode on Streamanity for just 20 cents. Go to www.satoshi.tv. See the link in the description below. Bitcoin, one world, one chain.
Yeah! One vision.